There's a topic I wanted to bring up, you guys, during the roundtable. I came across the video and the news of it. It kind of really bothered me very much.
You can hear this.
Yep, let's just run the
You are
intro
not
real quick.
alone.
Okay.
This is the resistance.
What's up, everyone? This is the Tinman with the Resistance. If you're watching this, you are the Resistance. We got King Cole, Grandmaster Evan, and myself on the roundtable tonight. Genevieve can't join us again because she doesn't have internet access. And we might get our friend Alicia via interesting text conversation and insinuations. And God knows what else might happen tonight. Grandmaster Evan, you said you had an idea for the roundtable tonight, so what do you got?
I came across it last night before I went to bed. It was a teacher who one of those liberal bitches who teaches liberal shit to her students.
Hold on, I'm going to cut you off right there because we don't want to offend the true liberals who are honestly good people. Why don't we just call them what they are?
The ones that are
fascists.
brainwashed to the
fucking fascists
liberals.
masquerading under the ruse of liberalism.
No, I'm saying the Clinton liberals.
Again, fascists.
Yeah.
Because what they subscribe to, the ideology that they subscribe to isn't a liberal ideology. It's fascism.
Yeah, pretty much. But this teacher got after two students because they were standing during the Pledge of Allegiance.
Hold up, wait, what? Clarify this?
Okay, yeah.
Okay, clarify this. Expound on this. What?
Yeah,
the teacher got on the students for standing during the Pledge of Allegiance?
Yeah, because she had the rest of her students kneeling during the Pledge of Allegiance.
Okay, isn't the whole argument here the right to stand, sit, or kneel, or whatever? You know, isn't that your First Amendment right to do these things?
Yeah.
You know, freedom of expression or lack thereof. You have that right to express yourself if you want to.
Yeah, the right,
you can.
free speech, right to. But I mean, everything under the First Amendment, brother.
By the way, you got some feedback on your end, dude, and your camera's frozen.
Here you go. But to the students that chose to stand, were bullied. The rest of the day, they're called Nazis and KKK and shit.
All right. So since when is it? Since when are you a Nazi or KKK because you have pride in your country and where you live and want to support the ideas of freedom and democracy and the basic principles in which the country was founded on that these people are arguing they have the right to do. You know, isn't that fairly condescending? I mean, Cole, you and I kind of had an interesting conversation on Facebook about this very subject, is the right to do it or not do it. You know, we have that right regardless, correct?
Right, but from what I understood, you don't agree with them kneeling.
Oh, it's not that I don't agree with the football players kneeling. What I disagree with is I think that there may be that during a football game may be not the most beneficial venue in order to convey their message and their desired intentions and goals and aspirations on the matter.
Yeah, you were saying they shouldn't do it on the football field. They should go to the police station and have a sit-in, which I found to be quite ridiculous.
Well, I mean, look at what happened with Occupy Wall Street. I mean, that was a highly effective demonstration. You had
it was. I mean,
you had the Million Man March back in the '60s, and that was a highly effective demonstration. I mean, in this context, if you have a problem with the police, you take the problem to the police. If you have a problem with the politicians and legislation, you take it to the politicians in Washington. If you have a problem with Wall Street, you occupy Wall Street. If you have a problem with the NFL, then yeah, the NFL playing field might be the place for that venue. I'm just saying, pick your target wisely.
What you're saying
It's like,
doesn't make
okay,
any
my
sense
target's
to
over
me.
here, but I'm going to shoot in this direction.
It doesn't make any sense. If your platform's so big that you can reach millions and millions of viewers, why not? There's plenty of talk show hosts that have mentioned legitimate causes such as donations to cancer or whatever it may be on their TV show because they know they're going to reach a wide audience.
Yeah.
If you're protesting police violence against blacks, why not reach a huge platform opposed to having gone down to the police station where more than likely they would mace you like they did the Wall Street protesters? That doesn't make any sense.
Well, what I'm getting at here, and we've discussed this a little bit in the comment section, I don't think that what these guys are doing is necessarily about what they say it's about. I don't think it's about police brutality on blacks because let's face facts. It's not blacks that are the target majority here. It's the people, regardless of race. You could be white, black, Hispanic, Chinese, Native American. You could be a victim of police brutality just as easy as anybody. I mean, you had that special needs guy a few years ago that was in his 30s, and the police pinned him down and were pressing on his trachea, and he suffocated to death. That guy was a white guy. All right, you got women who've been thrown in jail and beaten the shit out of and raped in the police station of all kinds of minorities, black, white, whatever. Okay,
I remember as a kid.
It's not just blacks are the target here. No, the people are the target.
Exactly, but when white people are persecuted against, when it happens to a white person, there's a lot more coverage about it. When it happens to a black man, it's swept underneath the table.
Coverage. There is no coverage.
There is no coverage.
And granted,
if there was, it'll be rarely happening. But no, I mean, if it happened to a black guy or a Hispanic guy, or there's very rarely any coverage. I mean, look at the OJ trial. They had a lot of coverage for a whole year.
Yeah, it wasn't the trial televised for 2 years straight, the entire duration of the trial?
It was televised every day, every week, for 5 days straight for 2 years.
You're talking about the OJ trial, right?
Yeah, the original OJ Simpson trial when he was on trial.
Yeah, a trial portraying a black man as an evil person. Yeah, I could see how that would be covered.
Yeah.
I mean, you look at deaths like what happened to Emmett Till back in the 50s.
Well,
a
even on the flip side of the coin, with back in the 90s, let's just try to keep it even recent events. You know, even just back in the 90s, fucking the LA riots. What fucking started that? The Rodney King beating. That guy got the living shit kicked out of him, and it got fair coverage. And it brought to light the serious
that was because it was Rodney King.
That's been happening
if it wasn't for the person who filmed it, we wouldn't have these bad boys today.
Yeah.
Your average day black man, unless it's being filmed or something, if there's a crime committed against him, nobody does anything. And even when it is filmed, hardly anybody does anything. If it's a white lady or a white man, everybody freaks out. But yet, when there's a protesting police violence against blacks, you got people like Chris over here saying that it shouldn't be done.
At the NFL, I'm not saying it shouldn't be done. I am saying...
No, that's exactly what you said, Chris. You said they shouldn't be doing that at the NFL. Do it on their own time.
Well, you think about it this way. If you're paying to go see a football game. You want to see a fucking football game. You don't want to see a political spectacle. Okay, if you want to do that, you turn on fucking C-SPAN or CNN or any of these channels that cover politics. Right? If you want to deal in politics, you turn on the politics. If you want to watch a fucking football game, you turn on ESPN or whatever, and you watch your fucking football games. Okay, people turn on a specific channel to watch a specific thing. I mean, if say I want to watch fucking a cartoon or something. Like let's just say I'm feeling nostalgic. I want to watch some fucking cartoons or something. You know, relive my childhood a little bit. But I turn on Cartoon Network and there's a soap opera on. Not exactly the place to be doing a soap opera.
No. If you're watching a cartoon, and the beginning of the cartoon starts off with a peaceful reminder to somebody who has cancer, or even let's remind people about police violence for like literally 5 minutes, if not less, that is not a big deal at all. That is nothing to whine or cry like a snowflake about.
Well, here's the thing. This is what my question is. What does kneeling during the national anthem have to do with combating police brutality in any fashion?
Because our country is in distress right now. It's a form of showing that there is a distress call going on. These guys are kneeling, which is physically a lot more honorable than standing. If you think about it, if you walk into a room for a king, what would you do? You would get on your knees. What would you do if Jesus walked into the room? You would get on your knees. What do you do when you ask a woman for marriage, her hand in marriage? You get on her knee. It's a form of devotion. And a lot of these guys are praying. I've even guys underneath. It's not like they're disrespecting the flag by giving the flag a middle finger or anything like that. What I'm doing with my shirt, having a red, white, and blue on it, is far more disrespectful than getting on your knee. If you look at what it says about the flag, you're not supposed to turn the flag into an outfit. You can't wear the flag like Kid Rock, who Donald Trump supports majorly, cutting a hole in the middle of a flag and wearing it as a poncho. That is far more disgusting, far more despicable than taking a knee.
And I agree. I agree wholeheartedly. See, you and I agree on a lot of points, but I think a lot of the problems that you and I have is we misunderstand each other. Especially in a textual context, because you can't convey the...
I would like to go back to teacher again.
Yeah, let's get back to that. I am curious as to what all went down there. And fix your camera! You're frozen! You're like this!
Who, me?
Yes, you! You look like this right now.
I remember as a kid going to school every day and reciting the Pledge of Allegiance every day.
Yeah.
My teachers never got mad or pushed their political thing on us. We learned. We were being taught math, science, language, and other general education.
Yeah.
And I'm glad my son is out of school now and in college. So I mean, if this happened, I would hear it from him, and I would want to go to his teacher and ask, why are you trying to push your political stuff on your students, including my son?
Yeah, I think it should be the right of the individual to make that choice as to whether or not they want to stand, sit, or kneel.
As kids, we already have teachers before we go to school. We have our grandparents. We have our parents, aunts and uncles, until we reach grammar school, and then we learn from there. But this is not what's happened to kids these days.
Yeah, I think our younger
See, hold on,
generations
wait a
are
minute.
getting mixed
It
signals.
seems a
again.
little bit like you guys are kind of trying to backtrack a little bit. You're making this more about some incident with a school where it was an isolated incident. Some retarded ass teacher got after some stupid ass little kids for not kneeling when she thinks they should have been. And if they didn't want to kneel, they have every friggin' to make it more than it is about the protest. You guys can't backtrack.
It's about they were bullied. They were bullied.
They were bullied
because
because exactly. I understand.
They were called KKK and Nazis, which I think
And it might hurt their feelers. It might hurt their feelers. I understand that. Their mommies and daddies told them that we don't want to have you protest to the flag because Donald Trump said it was a sign of disrespect. So they decided to stand opposed to protesting when their cousin's in distress. And everybody pointed that out and told them that they're old school fucking conservatives and maybe called them Nazis and shit.
And you know what I noticed here? I've noticing
has nothing to do with the.
I noticed something here. No matter what side of the coin you fall on, it's always the wrong side. No matter what anybody does, it's always the wrong thing anymore. Do we notice that happening, ladies and gentlemen? Guys, do you notice that? Whether you're liberal or you're conservative, you're fucking wrong no matter what you do or how you do it. It's fucking wrong. You notice that? No matter what you do, where you do it, how you do it, it's fucking wrong. You're fucking wrong no matter what you fucking do. Correct me if I'm wrong. By the way, you are now on Frozen, Grandmaster Evan.
You're breaking up there. I can't hear anything you're saying.
It's fine.
You guys are breaking up now too.
I think I heard you. You notice how no matter what you do, if you're conservative, you're in the wrong, or if you're liberal, you're in the wrong. Did I understand that right?
Yeah, it's no matter what you do, you're always wrong. No matter who you support, no matter what you do, no matter how you do it, no matter what you do, it's always wrong. Are we having bad mic connections? Here, I'm going to disconnect and I'll reconnect us. Hold on.
There's people on both.
All right, hold that
All
thought.
right,
I'm going to
there's
try to fix
people
this.
on both ends of the spectrum that are wrong.
Oh,
I can hear you a little bit.
Okay, yeah, it's just really choppy on my end. I'm going to try to fix it real quick, okay?
It doesn't matter if you're liberal. All right. There are people.
Okay, let's retry this call here.
Whoa. He's back.
Okay, yeah. Okay, is that better, guys? Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you. There are people on both ends. I've seen it where there was people messing with Trump supporters, knocking their hats off. These liberal people doing some very wrong, outrageous stuff. But there's people on the right doing just as many bad things.
Of course.
To take isolated incidents and try to say that person is the whole of the group is wrong.
Yeah, that would be like if I said that the NFL players that are kneeling represent the NFL as a whole. That would be an unfair statement. Or like go back a few years, when the Catholic Church had those issues with child molestation. That's like saying that those few priests represent Catholicism as a whole, and every member of the Catholic Church is a fucking pedophile. That would be an unfair statement. So we can't say that all liberals are bad because of the actions of a few, and we can't say that all conservatives are bad because of the actions of a few on that side of the spectrum. But it is being sold and propagated that no matter what you do, if you're a conservative and you do something, even if what you're doing is legitimate, you're wrong and it's bad. If you're a liberal and you're doing something, you're bad. No matter what you do.
That are on both sides that can be or are spoiling making the barrel look spoiled and shit for decades, and no matter what side you're on, the barrel will still be full and rocking.
Yeah.
I can agree with both you guys, and I mean, no matter if you're a Democrat, Republican, Independent, whatever. It's always that barrel, whatever it is.
Yeah, you say barrel, and I automatically think of a barrel of monkeys. Remember Barrel of Monkeys?
I think you're talking about one bad apple doesn't spoil the bunch type thing.
That's it. That's a better analogy. Because when he's talking about a barrel, I'm thinking of a barrel of monkeys. Little freaking toy barrels full of monkeys.
Well, what I'm saying here is despite whether or not one person, like a teacher, did something to make students look bad, despite whether or not some conservative did something like call a bunch of NFL players SOBs, we can't go off of that and determine, look, the left is a bunch of shitheads, the right is a bunch of shitheads. I want to get to the facts, the meat of the matter. I want to talk about how is it disrespectful to take in a prayer-like position. The national anthem is, there's people in wheelchairs. That is it disrespectful for them to pray while the national anthem is being sung? How is it offending you when you see that, Chris?
Me personally, I don't even watch football. I don't give a shit about it. People try to talk to me about sports, and I go, you want to know what my standpoint is on sports? Because they'll ask me, they'll be talking about fucking, like, say, Tennessee versus Alabama. They'll be like, well, blah, 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 blah. Hey, Chris, what do you think about this? And I just look at them and go, I hope your team wins so it benefits your life in no way whatsoever. And I just walk on. See, that is honestly how I feel about sports. But I do think that there's a right way and a wrong way to do it. I mean, if they want to take a knee, that is their right. By all means, take a fucking knee. But it is also the right of the individual to take offense to that as well. A person does have a right to take offense to it just as much as the player has a right to take a knee to it. There's always two sides to the coin, whether you like it or not. Just because somebody does something and you have the right to do it doesn't mean everybody's going to share your point of view or is going to support you or is not going to be upset by it. But you know what? That's the beauty of living in this country. Whether you like it or not, that's your fucking right. You can love a person's actions, you can hate it. But so long as they're not breaking the law and they're legitimately exercising their constitutional rights, which is something we're all fighting for.
Right, Chris.
What can be said?
My great-grandfather went to World War I and World War II for was to fight for our rights to have a peaceful protest.
Mm-hmm.
It's our First Amendment right, Chris. And from what I'm
Exactly.
saying, it really seems like kind of like you're backtracking, Chris, because at one point you were saying they need to leave the NFL if they're going to protest.
I'm saying, like what I've said before.
I think I got it right here. You said it.
I know what I said, and I do not take back anything that I said. I firmly believe that if you have a problem
You
with
said
your country,
let
you should
the-
want to fix it. You should want to
the,
fix it.
uh,
Dude, I'll bring up the conversation right here on
let the
Facebook. I'll let the
legislation
whole
to
world see
combat
it.
police violence or let them leave sports. Let them leave sports
Yeah.
and become politicians.
Yeah. If you and that's a valid statement there. If you want to get into the political arena, why not get into the political arena? If you want to end police brutality and your politicians aren't doing anything about it, become a politician. By all means. If you think you could do something that our current politicians aren't doing, by all means, go do their job. Do something. Make a positive change. Make a positive impact. If you want to make, quote, America great again, but you don't like the way Trump's doing it, run for presidency the next term. By all means.
A positive impact.
Yeah, make a positive impact. Go. Be a part of the solution. If you think you can...
NFL players are making it a positive impact.
Okay, well, that's something to explore right there. That is something...
Impact.
Okay, let's see
and
the
you're
impact.
Calling them a bunch of rich boys that just want attention.
Okay, well, look at... We've discussed this before. I mean, look at people like Madonna saying they want to blow up the White House. You know,
you're saying there ain't... You say right here they ain't shit in the game.
They ain't. I have to hear about sports all day in and fucking out, dude. Let me tell you, before I moved down here, I didn't hardly know shit about the NFL. But now I hear it every fucking day. And, you know, you pick up things. You learn things. Whether you want to or not. Okay, it's just kind of gets stuck in your fucking head. You see the color red enough times, you're going to remember the color red. Okay? So you hear people talking about player stats and all that shit, you're going to fucking pick up on that and you're going to subconsciously commit it to memory.
Some of these guys are really good players, Chris.
Yeah, some of them are. What's his name that this all started with? His career ain't worth shit.
Colin Kaepernick.
Yes, his career ain't worth dick. So I can see why he would actually do that. You know, if your career on the field is tanking and you ain't got nothing to offer as far as your on-field performance, and you don't want to bow out of the game, but want to make an impact, controversy creates cash. As the saying goes. I mean, it's a typical business platform right there. And you'd be a fool to deny it in any venue, whether sports, politics, finance, industry, whatever the venue. Controversy creates cash. We don't watch TV to watch boring, happy-go-lucky bullshit. No, we want to see controversy. We want to see action. We want to see people go toe-to-toe. That's why we like things like football and boxing and wrestling and shit.
In our news.
Yeah, we have gotten into that as a society. We love controversy. And people, for whatever reason, will eat this shit up.
Isn't helping his career.
It's gotten attention back on him, did it not? Before that, nobody really gave a shit about it.
He has no career now.
Yeah, he's got a career now. Prior to that incident, nobody really gave a shit about him. He was fading away into the dark. Nobody would have ever known he was gone. Yeah, but nobody would have ever known he was gone. If he had left the NFL prior to that point, nobody would have noticed. Nobody would have given a shit.
They were trying to get rid of him because of this.
Yeah, but even prior to it, you know, his career, he was tanking. Nobody gave a shit about the guy until this incident.
Well, yeah, but there's a lot of teams in the NFL that are getting slammed for not taking him. But the thing is, the reason they're not taking him is that it would cost the team money.
Yeah.
It would cost the teams money if they picked him up.
Yeah, and there's going to be negative and positive repercussions for doing these things.
That's why they just want their hand up the guy because they didn't want to lose money.
Okay, you guys want to say that it's the same thing with the isolated incident. All of these football players taking a knee in protest against police violence is because Colin Kaepernick didn't have a career. Most of these guys had very good careers, and taking a knee would more than likely hurt them and risk taking away their money. It's not going to further their career any. They are taking a big chance by taking a knee.
And that is a factor as well. But there's also other forms of celebrity that you can jump onto as well. Take Madonna, for instance. She hasn't really released anything of virtue as far as a musical endeavor in years. No movies, no production value whatsoever. But yet she jumps into the political spectrum and people are eating her ass like she's still a virgin. Okay? Britney Spears, her career started fucking flagging. What'd she do? She shaved her and her baby's head. She started doing all the shit she was doing. Got all kinds of attention, all kinds of people backing her. All of a sudden, her videos.
This is nothing like that. This is a protest towards police violence.
Yeah, and there's also a lot of protests.
Did not shave her head in a protest.
No, but a lot of it
because she did a breakdown.
Yeah,
she had a friggin' mental breakdown. See, you're going way off subject. You say you're not offended by them taking a knee in the middle of a national anthem, but yet at the same time in this post you say it's a huge slap in the face. How can you say it's a huge slap in the face to take a knee, but yet you say you're not offended by it?
Look at how the American people view this as a whole. Let's take ourselves and our personal beliefs out of the box for a second. Let's step out of the box and take a look inside the box. You've got the majority of Americans, many of which are traditional patriot ideology. They love their country, even if they don't like their government or a lot of the things that are going on, like ourselves. But we still love our country and would fight to make it a better place. We don't say, fuck America, fuck the national anthem, fuck the flag, our heritage or any of that shit.
Nor were they. They were taking a knee, which is almost more honorable than the physical act of standing.
Yeah, but a lot of people take that as a sign of disrespect, and you look at that and go, okay,
because they've been brainwashed.
Okay, brainwashed.
You look at the fans of these teams that are taken as bandits, and they're burning their jerseys or hats, whatever. I mean, look at it. I'm an Iron fan.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. True loyalty. I'm not going to throw my hat in a burn pit because I'm mad. I don't care.
Yeah. And you know what?
It's the right protest.
It is. I'm just saying it is a huge slap.
Their career? I don't know.
Yeah. But here's the point I'm getting at.
The thing is,
here's what I'm saying. You know that your fan base, the people who pay to see the games, that subscribe to Sports Network and the NFL channel and shit like that go to these games and watch these events. All these people, the majority of which hold to the ideologies. They love the national anthem. They love their flag. They love their country. Yada, yada, yada. Whether they've been brainwashed or not is irrelevant. Your target audience, the ones that get you those multi-million-dollar paychecks because they come to see your games and watch you on TV, you done pissed off your audience. Okay, you did something that you knew would piss off your audience. And now people are upset about that because these people did something that they knew their audience would not like or support. Okay? Bad juju. Okay? That is where it becomes disrespectful because you are spitting in you are biting the hand that feeds.
I get what you're saying, Chris, but those people honestly should not be offended by that. What those men were doing was more patriotic than what some of the men just sitting there, standing there was. They were actually exercising their First Amendment right to sit and take a knee when they feel their country is in distress is a form of honor. They're sitting there showing that this country is in distress. That is very patriotic. That's what my great grandfather went to war for, and a lot of different people went to war for. Us to be able to exercise our rights when our country is going to hell in a handbasket, for these brave men to take a knee and pretty much say we're not going to stand for it is a very brave thing to do.
Yeah. Well, a lot of people. I'm sorry to cut you off. I do get what you're saying. Carry on.
These people that got upset about this were only following a herd mentality that people like Trump put out there. They are brainwashed sheep. When Tim Tebow was running into the end zone, taking a knee and praying
to God, he got crap from people.
He got crap from a small majority, but then there was a whole bunch of these same Republicans that were praising him, saying he's just saying the Lord's name, we're praying to God. There was little Christian kids running around praising Tim Tebow, running around with Tim Tebow jerseys on, talking about how great he was. But yet when these black men do it, they're the Antichrist for disrespecting the flag.
Yeah, and I don't give a shit what color you are. You can be black, white, whatever. I don't give a shit what color you are. Okay? The whole thing here is, and you're right. A lot of these people are caught up in the fucking follow the leader mentality. They are. And it's really sad to think that we thought America was waking up, and boy, were we ever wrong, it seems. But, and that's something that does need to be addressed. And there's always the flip side to the coin here. And what I think a lot of people take issue with is, is doing something the right way or doing it the wrong way. A lot of people think that, their fight is just, but they're going about it the wrong way. If you love your country, a lot of people would view it as, if you love your country, you should stand for your country and fight for it. And a lot of people view what these guys are doing as being the total opposite, saying, fuck America, fuck our traditions and our values and all this. Fuck it all. And they won't stand for the national anthem here, but they'll go and stand for the British national anthem, which, what was it, like two NFL teams did that recently? They'll stand for the British monarchy's national anthem, but they won't stand for the national anthem of their home country. The democracy that gave them the opportunity to be superstars and all that. A lot of those people wouldn't have had those same opportunities over in a monarchy or any of these other countries. But yet they'll go over to Great Britain and stand and do all that shit for Britain's national anthem, but take a knee for their own country's national anthem. I mean, there's a lot of things going on there that are a big slap in the face to the American people. If you want to fix your country, take pride in your country, take pride in your traditions, and address and fix the problems. Okay? Don't say fuck tradition, fuck the flag, or fuck the national anthem, or this or that, which a lot of people see this as, or even portray that image, and just do what you need to do to fix the problem. Okay, don't.
All right, I want to say one thing, and then I'm going to leave. You say you don't care, but yet you're making Facebook posts on your Facebook about how the American flag means so much more to you than the NFL.
It does.
You say you're not a racist. It seems like you're backtracking a lot of the time, Chris. You say you're not a racist, but yet you can go to your YouTube videos or your YouTube channel and type in the N-word. You can type in nigger on your channel, and you will see there's a whole bunch of videos.
Whose feedback? Whose feedback? Sorry, hold on, Cole. Is that you again, Grandmaster Robin?
All right,
Okay,
you can go to your YouTube channel, Chris, and you can see that on your YouTube channel you got numerous videos with the tag nigger, which I don't even like saying, but you have no problem saying in your YouTube videos. I went there, I typed in that word just to see how many videos you have on your YouTube channel with the N word in the tags. Not only that, but you got a couple videos with with it in the title. One being Obama is a nigger.
yes.
You can't go around. You at one point in time you were defending these Confederate flag idiots. I don't. And then you try to backtrack. You tried backtracking, and I don't agree with some of the things you're doing, and you're becoming real close to losing a friend, and that's
Well,
what they want.
let me try to clarify this for you then.
They want to divide us.
Yeah, they do want to divide us.
They want to divide us.
Okay,
And you're falling hook, line, and sinker for a lot of shit, Chris. You might want to start thinking about your shit, dude.
okay, well, well, I'm sure he'll watch this video, considering he didn't want to give me the chance to respond to him directly. But I will say this: I make no apologies for anything I've ever said. And as far as my Facebook post, I don't give a shit about the NFL. Okay, I'm not a big football fan. Never really have been. Okay, I respect the sport. I respect the people who play the sport. Yeah. Well, here's the thing. I'm going to address the issue for Cole, so I can clarify this issue for him and anybody else who seems to have an issue with this. Okay. I love my country more than I would ever love the NFL. Okay. The NFL is a sport, okay? As far as I'm concerned, I look at the ancient world theologies. You give them bread and circuses and they'll never revolt. That's how I look at football, okay? It's nothing more than a circus to keep the people distracted. That's what these sports have become. Nothing more than a distraction to keep the people occupied, okay? And I think a lot of what's going on in the NFL with these so-called protests. I think a lot of what's going on with these so-called protests is part of the distraction mentality. Let's get people riled up in this ideology of this whole divide and conquer, because what these football players are doing is going to piss off the people over here. I get it. I get the fucking game. I get it. I know the game. Okay, I'm not stupid. Okay, that's why I don't fucking play into that fucking bullshit. It's not about whether I agree with the protest or the method of protest. I see through the smoke and mirrors, and that's just what it is smoke and fucking mirrors. Okay, I love my country. I will fight for my country. Okay, I was willing to enlist in the fucking military, but they wouldn't take me. Okay? I tried to enlist. They wouldn't take me. I fought for a fucking year to get in. Okay? My family for generations has been in military. And that's why I'm a political activist today, because I fight for what I believe in. I want to see my country become a better place. I don't like a lot of the shit that's going on in this country, such as the police brutality and the hatred of varying minorities and the discrimination and the hatred and the divide and conquer narrative. I don't like that shit, okay? And I will fight and rail against it, and I will address anything I see that seems to be propagating such ideas and pushing some agenda, which is what I think is happening with the NFL. I think that this is a marketing fucking strategy as per the whole agenda. Use the circuses to further divide the people. That's what I fucking think this is. As far as my use of...
About 2 years ago, two of the senators found out that the DOD, the Department of Defense, and National Guard had been putting millions of dollars to the NFL to increase the recruiting numbers.
Yeah.
Total chicken shit.
Yeah. Yeah. You get people in. Check it out. You get a lot of people in, and you piss them off. Okay? The more people you can get into the fucking rally and get them all riled up and rioting against each other, the better. Okay? Keep Keep the inmates pitted against each
But
other
the
so that they won't
idea-
rise up against the guards. It's prison tactics
idea-
mentality in the real world. Is what it is.
But the idea is the whole thing. The DOD and the National Guard are spending millions of dollars to the NFL.
Yeah.
Okay. And what they're doing is putting on this fake patriotism.
Exactly.
And to me, that's an insult because I love this country. I mean,
Audio feedback.
I'm a sports fan. I do watch sports every now and then, but not all the time. Maybe regularly. Well, sometimes. But I also love my country. But when you have the DOD and the National Guard spending millions of dollars to the NFL just to increase their recruitment numbers, that's an insult.
Yeah.
As an American.
Yeah, and they want to say that.
Also,
yeah.
But also the reason why people watch sports, and this is a known fact, is to get away from all the bullshit that they deal with in the daily life.
Yeah. And that's what a lot of people are upset about. They don't want to hear about politics when watching sports. Yeah. Like if I want to watch cartoons, I don't want to see a soap opera. If I want to watch politics and be up on today on politics, I'll get involved in the politics. I'll go to a political venue.
I played for it.
Yeah. So did I. I used to play basketball. You know, it's not surprising given how tall I am.
And I see it as a distraction. I see it as a way of getting all that aggression I had when I was younger all out.
Yeah, and that's why I did martial arts. It really helps.
YouTube has offered me a platform, but for me, I use YouTube as a therapy thing because for years I had a lot of aggression, a lot of shit until I got married. But until my marriage ended, it came back. And YouTube has given me a platform to get rid of that aggression and anger.
Yeah, and there's that works a lot for me as well.
People go and watch sports on TV, or they go to the stadium and play or watch. It's to get away from all the crap they're going through every week.
Yeah, they don't want to be reminded of the crap that they're dealing with in real life. That's why they watch sports. That's why we go to the movies. We don't want to deal with reality in these regards. We go to watch sports to watch sports. We go to watch a movie at the movie theater to watch a fucking movie and be entertained. Okay? It's our escape from the harsh realities of this shit fuck world. Okay? And I think that's one of the things that a lot of people are upset about, and rightfully so. And in those regards, I agree with the consensus on this. You know, sports should be for sports. If you need to take a fucking political avenue as a sports athlete, fine, do it. Fucking start a petition. You know, if you make the winning touchdown and, you know, you're doing your post-game interview, you go, hey, I just want to give a shout out and talk about this for a second.
You have activists in the music industry.
Yeah.
That they write songs or they even rap to issues like social issues.
Yeah.
And anti-war shit, social issues. Really, racial injustice.
Yeah, and you notice a lot of those songs don't get a lot of traction.
I mean, you see a lot of these players that's kneeling in protest against the unjust happening. Jackie Robinson was the first black baseball player that broke the color barrier.
Yeah.
He didn't get into the activist scene until after he retired from baseball. That's where he really got big.
Yeah.
And he also got James Brown. No, Jim Brown.
Yeah, I was gonna say James Brown is another man.
Browns until he retired.
Yeah. I mean, there's a right way and a wrong way to go about it. You know, do they have the right to take a knee? Absolutely. More power to you. Do I think it's the appropriate venue or the appropriate way to go about achieving the proposed goal? Probably not. Because all you seem to be doing is pissing people off.
On that part, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, it could go either way. I mean, you're probably going to reach a few people in that regard. And more power to you if you do. But what seems to be the common consensus is you're pissing people off.
If it pisses off people, so be it.
Yeah.
But in a way, there is injustice for a century. Well, actually, for 152 years.
Yeah, there has been a lot. And things have gradually gotten better. There's no argument about that.
Beginning of the 20th century on now.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of problems in the world. There's a lot of racial inequality. And there's a lot of problems that need to be fixed.
A civil war, 2 world wars. I mean, every 20 years we're in a major war. Every 20 years.
Yeah, and all these things are relevant issues that need to be addressed. But you know, there's a right and a wrong way of doing things. You know, especially if you're wanting to raise awareness and rally people to your cause. Pissing off the people that you need to have your back might not be the best way to achieve your goal, is what I'm saying. Okay? And to get back to what Cole was...
athletes making tens of millions of dollars.
Yeah.
Hey, that's cool.
Yeah, but they're acting...
You want to take some of that money, put it to a good cause. Oh, put it to a cause where we can continue the awareness of the unjust.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, how many of these people are actually doing that? How many of these celebrity athletes are doing that?
No, brother.
Exactly. I mean, they're making a visual statement, but what are they legitimately doing to combat the problem? Okay? They don't know what it's like off the fucking field in the real life for people like you and I and the people that they say they're fighting for. They don't know what it's like. Okay, I guarantee you, if I went and tagged one of these sports athletes' houses, what's the first thing they're going to do? They're going to call the fucking cops. Okay? I personally don't think that they care as much about these issues as they're letting on. And maybe some of them do. And if so, great. Wonderful. That is amazing. But let's see if there is a better way of going about this rather than pissing off the majority of Americans, killing what can be strongly considered one of America's greatest pastimes next to fucking baseball. Okay? Let's find a better way of doing this. That maybe, I don't know, gets the people on your side and makes an effective change. Because I don't think pissing off the majority of Americans by taking a knee during the national anthem, but yet standing for the national anthem in Great Britain, I mean, that's not winning you any fucking points. That's not helping your cause.
I don't see it as a black thing or a white thing. I see it as a liberal thing.
Well, I'm trying to avoid using the liberal term because let's face facts. Like I said at the beginning of this video, most liberals aren't like this. It's liberal propagation, which is nothing more than fascism. So let's just call it what it is. They're not liberals, they're fascists.
Yeah.
It's a fascist ideology. It's not a liberal ideology, it's a fascist ideology.
Both sides are not perfect.
No, both sides are not perfect.
We want change for years.
Yeah.
People have talked about it. Everything else.
Yeah, I mean, Obama promised us change. We got change, but not the change we wanted or expected.
The term hope and change came in.
Yep.
We were told this for 8 years.
Yep.
No hope, no change.
Oh, we got change, just not the change we expected. Yeah, we got change, just not the one we expected.
Okay. Donald Trump is in office.
Yeah.
How many people are getting jobs? Quite a bit.
Yeah. And yeah, Obama did drop unemployment below 8%, but the majority of the... Yeah.
Apple is building a plant in Arizona. Fiat, Chrysler, and Ford. Sorry.
Why does it keep doing that? Oh. Sorry to anybody watching this video. Yeah.
Fiat, Chrysler, and Ford are building a plant in Michigan.
Yeah.
Sorry, bro.
It's all good.
Boeing is building planes for the United States. Carrier air conditioning, same thing. Building plant. More companies are coming back here, and unemployment rate down to 3 to 4%.
Yeah, and that's a good thing. And granted, you know, Obama did drop unemployment below 8%, but the majority of those people had 2 jobs. Yeah, the majority of the people the majority of the jobs that were created went to people who already had a first job. They were actually second jobs to the people who already were a part of the working class. The majority of people who weren't working remained unemployed and on county assistance. Yeah, it's very difficult.
Stop.
Yeah, and as far as my statements in the past about Obama, you know, my video, Obama is a nigger, I addressed that issue numerous times within the video in and of itself. You got to look at the actual definition. I'm not talking about the New World definition. I'm talking about the original definition, where the word is derived from the Spanish term, not the Mexican term, the Spanish term. We're talking Spain. Spain. The original terminology in Spain that says the word niggered, which is where the word nigger is derived from. The word nigger is derived from the word niggard, which is a Spanish term for ignorance, to be ignorant, to lack intelligence or knowledge or basic common fucking sense.
It is the dictionary.
Basically, it's saying, if a Spanish person called you niggard, they're basically just calling you a dumbass. Okay? It ain't got nothing to do with the color of my skin, I guarantee you. I've had a few Spanish people call me that. Okay? I work for a Spanish-owned company. The company I work for, whom I will not name, is owned and operated out of Spain. Yes, I know. I have asked some of our Spanish counterparts who are from Spain here on a visa running this plant if this was true. And they said, yeah. And they took the opportunity, if I do something stupid or something or say something that they don't like or they just feel like giving me shit, They'll call me nigger just to fuck with me. Okay? Let's not mince words. I know what the fuck I'm talking about here. And the only reason it's an offensive term to Cole or anybody else is because they allow it to be. Like Connor said, words only have as much power as you give them. And I guarantee you, I could sit down with a black man tomorrow and call him a nigger to his face, and he will do the same, and we will fuck with each other back and forth like we do at work all fucking day long, and it won't be no fucking thing. Why? Because this black man knows better. He doesn't give in to the propagated bullshit that says that this word is super offensive, blah, blah, blah. It's a word. It's meaningless so long as you don't give it meaning. If it's a word, it's a word. You only give, a word only have as much power as you give it. And this man, I guarantee you, will give it no fucking power. He'll be like,
it is not say it.
Yeah. And in most cases, you probably shouldn't.
Now,
but the point we're trying to convey here is, and the reason I address it, and I'm sorry to cut you off, I'm kind of trying to illustrate a point here, is words only have as much power as you give them. I could sit down with this man, a black man who is blacker than night, and he and I will sit there and call each other the N-word. Like if he gets pissed off for something, he'll call me a nigger. At work, he will call me a nigger. I'm a white boy and I get called a nigger by a black man. I'll be like, no, fuck you, nigga. Or I'll even go nigga, okay?
We've had...
Because we don't care. It's just a word. It doesn't hurt me. It doesn't hurt him. Because he doesn't give it power, and neither do I.
Tinman.
Yes.
How many hurricanes did we have in the last 3 weeks?
3.
To your recollection. 3, right? 3?
Yeah. Now, in the past month, we had 3 hurricanes.
Our president went to Houston, went to Florida, and went to Puerto Rico.
Yeah.
Did his job. He was there. He handed out supply stuff to the survivors that had survived and whatnot.
Yeah.
Now, we've had Harvey in Texas, Irma in Florida, and Hurricane Maria in Puerto Rico.
Okay. Yeah. Where are you getting at?
Why is it that here our president is doing his job and you got these...
Hold on, you're glitching, dude. You're glitching.
Idiots who claim they want hope and change, but they didn't get it. But now we got change coming. It's still coming, but it's only just 9 months, or 19 months into the year. You got jobs coming back, unemployment rates dropping, people are getting jobs.
You know why?
Florida, Puerto Rico. People are getting aid from us.
You know why?
So they can help rebuild.
You know why? Because this puppet didn't do it. This puppet did. Okay? Their guy didn't get the job done and somebody else did, and there's butthurt syndrome from the Obama lovers. Thus, it's propagated for this whole race war bullshit. Trump's a racist, this and that. Okay? Yeah, Trump is probably not the best president we've ever had. At this point, I can't say that he's the worst president. You know, he's still in his first year. He's got 3 more years and another term if he gets reelected to fuck up, okay?
Yeah.
But so far, he's done a couple decent things. He's done a couple stupid things, but, you know, he has done a couple decent things, you know, like the job market. Jobs are being built here in the United States. Companies are coming back. You know, those are good things. Him getting directly involved in humanitarian aid, yeah, those are good things. Okay, you didn't see Trump, or not Trump, but Obama doing that shit. Okay? So yeah, we're getting a little bit of change here. You know, not necessarily the downpour we needed to end the drought, so to speak. But yeah, a little bit of rain's a good thing, I guess. Hey, as long as I'm not getting pissed on, I'm great in that regard. But again, I still reserve judgment. He's still in his first year. He's still got plenty of rope to hang himself or build a bridge. Okay, as far as that goes. I'm not going to jump on this bandwagon and say that just because Trump is Trump, he's the bad guy.
It's only 10 months in.
Yeah, feedback.
Almost 10 months in.
Yeah, he's 10 months in.
It's still okay to tell, even though it's only 9 months in. He's the bad guy. But the thing is,
well, he was the bad guy the moment he got elected. He was the bad guy the moment he got elected. For what? Because he said grab her by the fucking pussy? Okay, how many times have we said derogatory things in the locker room? Or amongst our friends? Okay, I can't even count the things I've said. I can't even recollect all the fucking dirty things I've said. Hell, I say all kinds of dirty shit at work. Fucking yesterday, I will fucking say it. Again, I will not say where I... Hold on, I gotta tell you this one. This is great. I said this in front of my lesbian supervisor. Because everybody was bitching. Because the first shift only kicked out 3 fucking parts yesterday. In an 8-hour shift, they kicked out 3 fucking parts. Not very big runs. Probably maybe 1,000 parts a piece, which is like an hour run off the conveyor. Only 3 parts. So you probably kicked out maybe 3,000 parts.
The hubcaps?
Yeah. Okay. They kicked out maybe like 3,000 hubcaps, 3 different types of hubcaps, to put it in layman's terms, in an 8-hour period, and you can do about 1,200 hubcaps in an hour through that paint line. And they did 3, and everybody on second shift is bitching. Why the fuck didn't they get anything done? Why the fuck didn't they get anything done? And I said right in front of my lesbian supervisor, I'm like, honestly, they're probably too busy licking each other's pussies to actually get anything done. My supervisor just busts up laughing. She's like, Chris, you are something else. I'm like, thank you.
Shit.
And I'll give people shit all day long. Like I'll be a smart ass at every opportunity I get.
Shit.
Like, you'd be amazed at some of the shit that I do. Even my supervisor's like, Chris, I would love to be at your house and just see how you are at home. I'm like, I'm not any different. I'm worse. But you were saying?
One of my favorite channels is getting censored.
Yeah, that's an interesting topic. Let's talk about that. The YouTube censorship.
Do you remember the video, the footage of the video that you...
Hold on a second. Hold on 1 second. I'm going to disconnect and reconnect you.
It's,
Sorry, Grandmaster Irvin, trying to fix the problem here. See if we can fix this problem. All right, drummer, I see you on. Why do you not join Roundtable? See if we can get him back on. Oh, so he's offline now. What the hell? Whatever it is on Facebook. Let's go to Facebook. Sorry, we connect there then. Okay. Oh shit, we got a BB. You there? Are you there, Grandmaster Raven? I heard something.
Hold on, bro. Oh, shit.
Damn shit, fuck.
Oh, shit. I'm here, man.
Alright, yeah, we're.
My finger.
No problem.
Let's see here.
Low frequency wind pulse.
Yeah.
You straight?
It's probably better here.
Is there anything I can close here? Fucking weird. Hey. You're frozen.
Okay. Uh-huh.
Yep.
Okay.
Alright. Now it
Yeah.
looks like you're good. Yeah, I think maybe close some programs on your end.
I could be.
I don't know. I'm drunk. And I'm happy.
Oh, shit.
Which is a big deal for me because I'm never happy.
Hold on here. Hold on.
Gotta love how the establishment tries to silence us.
All right.
It was crack-a-lackin'. We all good? Okay, are you having the computer problems or is it me? Because I'm confused. I wonder if that'll help boost it a little bit.
I'm good. I'm good.
Yeah, I don't know why this shit's fucking frozen and why we're having so many problems. What the fuck is going on with this thing?
I think.
Gotta love how we have these technical issues.
It is the wrong parable. Yeah, apparently. So, just a source here. It's got it from NR News.
Okay, what do you got?
The leader just got what he deserved.
Okay, hold on. Let's transfer over to Facebook. Let's see if that works better.
He's the guy that
Hold on. Transfer over to Facebook. I'm not doing this. Let's transfer over to Facebook, see if things work a little better over there. I do not know why things are fucking running super fucking slow, but it's pissing me off. Okay, there's obviously something bogging down the net. It says it's connecting. You there, bro? Hello? Okay then. Hello? Okay. Control bar. Let's look at the camera. My camera even on? Alright. Let's find it. Doesn't see my camera. Okay, well, I do not know what the hell is going on with this thing. Can't seem to fucking fix it. But we shall see. But all the same, I digress. I make no apologies for anything I've ever said. just because I've used the N-word to illustrate points in various venues does not make me a racist any more than me having a fucking penis makes me a fucking rapist or anything else like a feminist would fucking suggest. But I'm going to go ahead and try to get Grandmaster Revan back on this one last time. It says he's trying to call in via messenger. So let's see if we can get him on and finish up what he was talking about here. Call failed, of course. If you're watching Grandmaster Revan, call again. It keeps trying to connect to my fucking phone! No, I'm not done with it! Connecting. Gotta love how this thing's a pain in my fucking ass. Of course. Okay, this is very fucking weird. Suffice it to say, I don't know what the hell's going on, but again, I'm gonna connect Grandmaster Revan off the camera and we'll see what goes on. And I'll have him make a video of his own. I'll maybe make a video on my own if I need to. But bottom line is, I stand by what I said. I make no apologies for anything I ever said, including my use of the N-word as it relates to illustrating and giving point. And that does not make me a racist any more than me being a man makes me a fucking sexist or rapist or anything of the sort that a feminist might argue would be the case. Okay? And I'm not saying that that's all feminists. I'm just illustrating a common consensus point. Here, yeah, the word is very offensive. And I have used it deliberately for shock factor and to illustrate points. That is my job. That is what I do. Doesn't make me racist. I just know where and how to push the buttons, just like these football players know where and how to push the buttons. Okay? I know the game. So don't hate the player, just hate the game. And Cole, you know I love you, brother. But do yourself a favor and try not to take things out of context or make things into more than what they actually are. Let's just stick to the facts. You know who I am. You know what I'm about. Just leave it at that. And if you think I'm going to be ever caught up in some divide and conquer narrative, you would be sorely mistaken. But until next time, ladies and gentlemen, this is the Tin Man with the Resistance. If you're watching this, you are the Resistance. Have a great night.